Shuffle. Do I know the song? Great. Alright, cool. My name is Chris, everybody. Welcome to Suited Up. This is a show we do every Wednesday where I am prepared for everything but what music I should play during this segment of the show. I never remember it, and I'm going to be honest with all of you because you would know that I was lying. And I'm not about that. I'm not here to deliver fake Chris news. No, we pick our 80s music on the spot and we take it on the chin. All right. Welcome to today's show. We have a lovely selection of guests, and what are these guests for? Because this could be your first time watching. And if this was your first time watching, you may say to yourself, why does this guy wear a suit? Why is he clearly trying to show everyone that he can shave when he clearly can't? And I know it's something that I'm working on. It's on my short list of skills to develop is learning how to shave. And we're going to figure that out soon enough. Today's show is an interview-style show, shocker, where every week we bring on a trio of guests who have talents, are interesting people, or have life experiences that are worth hearing about. This week's show has three lovely women. They're all fantastic, all come from different experiences and different talents. Our first guest is Summer Star today. We followed up by Ebony, and then Tiffy Whiffy. So great trio. And speaking of shows, there's a bunch of show content that's been coming out on the platform. I'm excited to announce a few new official shows that have happened. In fact, one just happened not even 2 minutes ago. It was 3. Do you count the number 0 as a number? Is that a thing? Do you count 0, 1, 2, 3? Either way, it was less than 5 minutes ago. Big brain it. Less than 5 minutes ago. And that was a lovely show called The Art of Words with Ebony. Ebony, who's our guest today. She's our guest today, one of our guests. That is a poetry style show. But before I tease too much about that, let me tell you about a few of the other new shows that are here on this lovely platform. Whether you're on Meet Me, Scout, Plenty of Fish, there's great content for you to check out. Mondays, we've got a new show called Make It Up with the Lady Blue. And you will never guess what the Lady Blue does on Make It Up. She does makeup on Make It Up. What? Groundbreaking material. I hang on, guys. I'm not making fun of the name. In case you're wondering, I may have suggested parts of that name because I thought it was funny. Make It Up with the Lady Blue. Every week she comes with a blank canvas of a face and says, hey everyone, we're going to see what happens. She spins a virtual wheel that has 3 categories, and of those categories, she will land on 1, and she has to make it up on the spot. On the spot, she creates a look, and this week, she was a glowing orange jack-o'-lantern. It just so happened that everything landed in a nice sequence. But the week before that, she was a rainbow melted leopard. A rainbow melted leopard. And you can check out her Instagram to see how she pulls off those looks. She's amazing and talented. So check her out every Monday at 6. After that, once you're done doing your makeup, obviously, what's every person say after doing their makeup? I should cook a meal. I know, it's genius, and it just so happens that after that, there's Chowing Down with Quinn and JT at 7 p.m. on Mondays, so you can go right from doing your makeup to having hot bacon grease pop. That's what happens when I cook. I pop great bacon grease, and I have a burn on my wrist. This bacon grease situation is not something that happens on Chowing Down because they're pros. They are pros, and Jay and Quinn, or Quinn and JT, want you to figure out your next great meal. And they're going to cook it with you, give you the instructions. So if you check out their Instagram, every Sunday they post the ingredients list and what they're going to make. You can follow up the next day and cook it with them, or try to. So check it out. Check it out. Every Monday at 7. 2 new shows on Wednesdays. They both might be here. Saksham's Magical Madness. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saksham is magical. He's got the madness. And it's Saksham's Magical Madness. This good words, Chris. That's exactly that. It's a magical madness and frenzy of skill. He brings you card tricks. He brings you stunts. He takes playing cards and throws them at carrots like an assassin. He just, and he splits them in half, and it's incredible. You would not believe that you could take a playing card and split a carrot in half. And fun fact, every time you bite into a carrot, just know it has the same amount of a resistance as one of your fingers. So Saksham is actually slicing fingers on his show. It's crazy that they let him get away with it. Who let him do that? Saksham's Magical Madness every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's excited in the comments. He's like, I do throw those playing cards, Chris. I see you. All right, what else do we have? The Art of Words. The Art of Words with Ebony. Ebony does this show every Wednesday at 8 as well. And I'm not going to talk much about it because she's here on the show today. And finally, the last new show that I'll highlight, because there's so much great new content. I can't name all the shows every week. Every Wednesday at 11 p.m. So once you get done with this show and you have your fill of inspirational stories and my dorkiness, you can get scared to sleep with Blair Woods, because she's going to talk to you about the supernatural, urban legends, and cryptozoology. Cryptozoology is the study of mythical animals. So every week, Blair comes with a list and information about the facts of these mysterious and elusive creatures or spooky circumstances. So make sure you check out Blair Woods every Wednesday at 11. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into the show. Again, my name is Chris Casper, and I will be your captain for this interviewing ship called Carnival Chris Cruise Lines. All right, cool. Summer Star, if you want to go and request the box, while we do these conversations, everyone, there's little to no interaction with the comments. No thank you for gifts, because I'm not very good at doing two things at once. And I want to make sure that while we're having these conversations, all respect is given to the people in the box. So on that note, please welcome our first guest of the evening. She is here to warm up your night and shine like the sunny person that she is. Miss Summer Star, how are you doing, miss?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing so well. We're here. We're ready. We're having some fun. Let's do this interview.
Totally missed your intro about me. I was in the middle of like trying to finish up makeup and shit before I got online.
It was complimentary to you.
Well, great. I just don't know what it is we're talking about. I've only seen like 2 of your shows. No offense, but
fantastic. No, I can tell you, if you had seen many of these shows, you would say, I'm pretty sure he's asked every person that question. So it'll be fresh for you. I can get away basically with murder. I can duplicate everything I've ever done right now, and it won't matter.
You probably do it in your sleep. You said it so many times. I mean,
right. In fact, I have actually slept through me talking before. So.
I can totally relate to that.
Summer Star, you are a bright and happy and sunny person. We're going to learn all about it.
Awesome.
But you have a well-decorated and interesting life. And just out of the gates, I want to come out strong. You have experience with physique training. Is this correct?
Yeah. I'm a nationally qualified bikini competitor in the NGA, the NANBF, and the Natty Revolution. I'm a personal trainer and dietary consultant.
Wow. All right. Well, let's do it. There's a couple buzzwords that I heard in there. I heard dietitian, certified. I heard natty. The only experience I have with natties is bad college nights. So I want to know, what does that mean? Can you break down each part of that?
So I compete in bodybuilding, and my division is bikini, which is like the least muscular of the divisions for women.
Really?
They try to stay feminine in their bodybuilding. I don't use any performance enhancing drugs. That's what natty means. So we're drug tested, polygraph tested, all that fun jazz, just to make sure it's all like even playing field.
You have been strapped up to a polygraph test?
Oh yeah, several times. Like, I don't know, a dozen times probably.
You've had the sensors like Meet the Fockers, you know, like or Meet the
hands, everything, yeah.
Wow. Are you nervous when they do that?
Oh yeah, you're always nervous. You're like, oh God, are they gonna ask me about like they always have the same standardized questions, but you still are like, are they gonna ask me something weird? Like, and every once in a while they'll fuck with you and ask you a weird question. just to fuck with you.
Sure. So when we do this, I got to make sure that we do stay mindful of some stuff. I know it's normally pretty casual, but in here,
Sorry.
yeah, no, it's totally, totally cool. It's different style conversation.
Yes.
I get it. So let me understand this. What drives a person to go, I don't want to just stay in shape. I don't want to just take care of myself. I want to compete. How did you get to the level of becoming a competitive?
That's kind of like a heartbreaking story, actually. But I had a guy that cheated on me so repetitively that I found out about it after 5 years that like my relationship wasn't real at all. To the point that I was like, screw that. I'm better than this. And I'm going to prove that I'm better than this. And like, anyone to ever do that to someone, it just totally like breaks down your self-esteem and like who you feel you are as a person. And so I did it because I had 4 kids and I'd never really done anything for myself to like show that I was like, I can do this. I'm better than that. You know?
Do you mind if we talk about that just a little bit?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. How long had you been with this person?
I was with him, lived with him for 5 years.
5
While
years.
he had a broken back, I nursed him back to health. I helped him lose 80 pounds, go from 220 pounds to 145 pounds, and take his first MMA fight, helped him mend his back. And during that whole time, he pretended that I was not real, that
He was with someone else during that entire time.
No, he just was typing that he was living with like gypsies. Like I am a gypsy, but he was living with male gypsies, and that they were just a group of guys that didn't that were just just some random.
Who was he typing this to?
He had a huge following on Instagram, and
Oh,
because of his weight loss, he has had over a dozen stories written about him worldwide because of my help of him losing that much weight.
wow. And at that point in your life, had you already been training? Or
Oh yeah, I've been training. So I was a dancer for like my 20s.
Sure.
And, I have an autoimmune disease called celiacs. So as a child, I was a failure to thrive. Like I weighed 42 pounds and was 5 foot tall. Wow. So when I get pregnant, oh, thank you so much. When I got pregnant, like I gained like a whole person because I had an immune system that wasn't even mine for the first time. And so like my body would actually gain nutrients. And so I weighed like 189 pounds after I had each one of my kids. So I learned how to like bodybuild and how to lose weight by pole dancing and that kind of thing. And so I started teaching people fitness by pole dancing. And that's how I got into bodybuilding originally.
Sure. You told me you've watched the show twice. And so I'm not saying that to make a dig at you. I'm saying that to bring up a concept of why this show exists. And it's to bring to light and really humanize issues, things that people have dealt with, and how people become the person that they are. And a very stigmatized career path that people have is dancing.
Yeah.
And so if to the level of whatever comfortability you have, I would like if we can talk about some of what you had experienced and the way people had treated you then versus now, really to humanize what that career is or what that line of work can be, and shed some light on for people who haven't experienced it or haven't seen or worked with or met someone who has danced. So can you help us understand, what was the mindset of someone such as yourself getting into that line of work?
Well, I started dancing at 18. I've always been against the grain. Like I don't believe in following societal norms. Sure. I believe you should always be true to your own self and your own person. And I've been a dancer in some form or fashion of performing since I was like 6 years old. So like that was just like a natural step to allow me to continue to be on stage.
Yeah.
And not like, have to try to go into Broadway or try to make my way to Hollywood or find my way to like that stuff's not going to happen very often.
I mean, I don't know that would be my first choice. I understand where the line of thought was. This is another stage. It's just a different type of stage.
Type of stage, you know.
A different type of, yeah. While you were working though, was the reality of that work? Did you feel safe? Did you find friends?
My bouncers, like the bouncers in your stream, like bouncers in real life, are so like they love you. They want to take care of you. It's like I actually ended up dating one of the bouncers at my club for like 5 years. We're still best friends. I'm still friends with probably a dozen of the bouncers that took care of us over the years. They walk you to your car. You become really good friends. You have breakfast afterwards while the sun comes up, and you make lifelong friendships you'll never ever lose in a strip club. You wouldn't believe it.
Is there one perception that you feel is not fair of people who dance?
Absolutely.
Or are there any perceptions that you feel are unfair?
Absolutely. Strippers are considered cheats. They're considered untrustworthy. They're considered I don't know what word I'm allowed to say. Whores.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But like I was married, I went home every night to my husband.
Wow.
I had 3 kids. I was taking care of them. I was paying for, their daycare and diapers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is an entire different conversation. I think of, what would you explain the dynamic of being in a relationship and also a dancer? Because again, you said I'm against the societal norms.
Yeah.
And I think that would be much against what a standard relationship type would be. That's on Maury. It's an episode of Maury where people reveal that they've been dancing. Like, you did what? It's so. I mean, for it to be a norm in your relationship, how did you get to that point?
My ex-husband actually, okay, so this is how long ago this was. So I'm 36. Mm-hmm. So I answered an ad in the newspaper for like a wanted ad, like just a regular job ad. And my ex-husband was there and dropped me off, and I did my interview and I had the job. It was that easy. Like, he had just lost his job. He worked for John Deere, and he had just lost his job right before Christmas. Like they had just laid off a whole bunch of people. We had 3 kids. So It was really not that hard of a decision.
Well, we all have to do things. And you were looking out for your family, and I think that that's something that everyone in this stream can respect and recognize, is we all have different approaches of how we want to take care of ourselves and others, and you made your decision, and I don't know that that was from any sort of malicious or ill place. So,
Yeah, no, I'd do anything to take care of my kids. That's just the way it is. They're number one, and everything else is down here.
So you were a dancer. You were in a relationship with an MMA fighter, and picked up dietary. You were educated in dietary work, I guess, at that point.
I went to culinary school. So I started learning about it then. I was supposed to go back to school for political and environmental science because I wanted to work in environmental food policy and things like that. So that's where my nutritional background started. And then after I left, I just decided that was entirely too much stress, and I went back for nutrition, and that's just the angle I took because I felt that was less stressful.
I'm going to reference something earlier in the conversation here, but for those of you just joining, this is Suited Up. Our guest right now is Summer Star. My name's Chris. We're doing an interview learning a bit about some of her life experience. You said that you started bodybuilding because you had your heart broken, that you needed a way out, I guess, in a sense, of a feeling. Where did that end up taking you to becoming a professional?
Well, I mean, like I said, I became nationally qualified. I placed second in my last show. I have had several medical setbacks since then. Like I had things that people don't even get anymore. Like I said, I have an autoimmune disease, so I get weird shit that normal people don't get. Like I had scarlet fever, and then I had shingles, and I got COVID this year, and then I broke my foot. So it's
Wow.
been it's been a road, but it's been fun. I've met so many people. I now run a bikini board on Facebook with over 2,000 bikini competitors on it.
Wow.
Teach them how to compete without having to, again, conform to the norms. So they can do it without a coach. That's the name of my group, is actually Bikini and Figure Competitors Without a Coach.
Wow.
So that they can get that stage without spending $5,000 to get there.
Yeah. Just to fast forward a bit, there's so much here to unpack. And so I'd encourage all of you, if you've not favorited Summer, please make sure that you do. How do you get to the point of finding live and using it and being a part of this?
I've actually been on Meet Me since it was my yearbook. So when I was married to my ex-husband that I was talking about and dancing, I remember creating my yearbook account while I was building MySpace pages.
So, back when HTML, we were doing it, but no one actually knew we were doing HTML.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I remember that. So you just never let up, and one day the live feature appeared, and you said, "Cool."
Yeah, well, actually, I was dating that. I found that guy the MMA fighter. I found him on this site. All the last like 3 guys I've dated, I've met on Meet Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Long-term relationships too. So.
And they were long-term relationships or long distance? Did you say?
Long-term, and some of them have been long distance, but
long distance. And when was the most recent relationship?
Well, like I said, like relationship that we are actually together in the same place was the one that cheated on me for 5 years, unfortunately. But
yeah. How long ago was that?
Just a year ago.
Wow.
I got out of that relationship and immediately started live streaming to like get over like being so mentally fucked.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So mentally messed up in my head.
And it's gone well for you. Have you found that you found another support group, a community of people who care? What has happened?
It's Meet Me is kind of like a revolving door of friends. It's like the door of Cheers, and you don't know who's gonna walk in.
Yeah.
But when they do, everybody remembers you, and you're all like, "Hey, where you been, Norm?" You know.
I feel that this is a platform too. If you've got something that you're going through, there's so many people around the world. What you have to say or what you're experiencing might just hit home with somebody who's listening.
Absolutely.
Has that been the case for you? Do you feel that you've been able to touch or find other people that have related to you in one way or another?
Oh yeah, I have friends now in South Africa, and like I would have never thought that I would even talk to someone in Africa, much less like talk to them daily and make phone calls with them and like see them in my box every day.
Yeah.
And places I've never even heard of, you know, like I got to get a map to stick on my wall, and I'm like, okay, where are you from?
I follow. Wow. So very, very interesting life story. I don't know that we would have enough time in a live stream to cover all of it.
No.
As we wind down our conversation, though, is there anything specific that you would like to talk about, or anything that's important to you that you would like to bring to light as we wind down this conversation?
I just think that the site is great for bringing people together, and that like it's been really crazy since COVID. Like I think that a lot of people are under a whole lot of stress. I think everybody just needs to take a step back and take a breath before they like engage with people on here sometimes, because it can be a really positive place.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a really negative place if you're in the wrong mindset. So like people need to take into account that everybody's going through some stuff right now, and just look at lifting people up.
Yeah, I agree. I always say you can be anything you want to on the internet. Why be mean? And so
Exactly.
it's
Be
just
authentic. Be authentic.
you can be authentic. Sure, you can learn to paint or sing or interview with a guy in a green shirt. You know, it's a lot of things you can do.
Exactly.
Um, Summer, when do you go live? If people want to check you out and be a part of your streams and get to know you, find out there's again, I cannot emphasize how many things we have not covered still in this conversation.
Yeah.
I want to get to know you more. When can they
I am
find
usually noon, from midnight to noon, Central Standard Time.
you?
We are the No Sleep Club, the land of misfit toys. We're no angels. That's the name. That's the theme of my stream.
So what that would be 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to what time did you say?
Noon. I stream for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
For 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yes, I do. For
So
over a year now.
this is like getting up super early for you.
Yes, this is like the middle of the night for me. So I literally like had to change my schedule to make this happen.
Whoa, you're a vampire. Oh, well. Gosh. Okay, well, Summer Star, wait, before you go, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is your name Summer Star if you are live at night? I mean, I get the
Summer
star
Star.
part, but if I
Stars
think
only come out at night.
that's true, and you do only come out at night?
Yeah. No, so I got named Summer actually by when I first started dancing. That was a girl named me Summer. So
Your performer name lives on.
that's right.
Cheers. Summer, thank you so much for coming on the show. If you have not favorited Summer, she goes live 12 hours a day. Half of your day, she is live. There's not an excuse to not see her. Give her a favorite. We'd love to see you again. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
coming on
much,
the show.
Chris. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you next time. That's Summer Star, everybody. She's going to light up your night. She's going to light up your night. You can't judge books by their cover, right? Everyone has a life story, and that's evident with her right there. She has a whole life experience that you couldn't probably guess. So, again, you can be anything you want on the internet. Why be mean? Welcome to Suit Up, everybody. My name is Chris Casper. This is a weekly interview-style show that we do. Each week we bring on 3 guests and give a moment to highlight some of their life experiences and find out who they are as a person. Our next guest is a featured content creator. Her show had its official banner debut today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's going to come on now and talk a little bit about herself, the show, and some other things that she has going on in her life. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest of the night, Miss Ebony. Ebony, how are you, Miss? You doing pretty well?
I'm good. I'm on cloud 9.
You're cloud 9. Why are you feeling so good?
Because my show was a success, which
Was a success.
we knew it would be. But man, I'm just feeling good, and I'm feeling great to be here. It's so funny when I first got on this app and I saw your show. I'm like, man, wish I could be on there one day.
You got your own.
I know.
Who needs to be on here when you've got your own?
Exactly.
Exactly. Chris, you're chop liver. All right. Ebony, there's what I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I'm coming for you.
You're coming for me. I want you to. That's the goal, right? Is every single person with a show, you motivate me to be better. I need you to do that. So that's what's going on. Ebony, let's put it all in the context though. How long have you been on the platform?
Since May. Since just around the beginning of May.
May. Are you another COVID streamer?
Yeah.
I almost said that like it was a bad thing, or like I was oh, you're another one of those COVID streamers. Yeah, there's a whole it's like the baby boomer equivalent, right? Like there were the baby boomers, and then there were the COVID streamers, and that's a whole different waves of people.
Right. You OG.
Ebony, so what was going on in your life pre-COVID? What were you keeping busy with?
TikTok.
All right, everybody. If you have not, please do not favor Ebony, and she's having a great day. All right, my thoughts. What? TikTok? Okay, you were doing TikTok. What outside of TikTok were you doing?
Yeah. So I was really just bigging up on my content on Instagram. on TikTok, just having some fun, taking a break off of work and getting my hair business together. So I'm a hairstylist outside of this, and I just got my LLC is for a braiding business that I do in the summertime. It's pretty interesting.
Interesting. A braiding business. Is there enough of a market that someone can run an entire hair business just braiding?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And even further than that, I niched it down to the EDM community. How I got into that was, yeah, I was going to shows and going to festivals, and I started doing braids and big, like, fantastical braids and fantasy hair and stuff for that. So I was just all over social media, and then
I mean, it's worth definitely to talk a little bit about this business in EDM. So you're a concert goer. Number one is something I got from that. You're big into dance music.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Give me some artists. Who are some artists that you like?
DJ Snake, Tiesto, oh, you know what? I like everybody.
You like
I
everybody.
don't discriminate. I don't discriminate.
Okay.
I feel it and I dance it out, and that's the end of that.
I probably asked the wrong question. The right question would have been, what are some of the festivals that you've been to?
So I've actually only been to ones here in Chicago. I've been to Spring Awakening and
Lala?
no, Lala. I haven't made it to Lala yet. Spring Awakening and North Coast. And yeah, I have some other things coming up on the list, but I've done hair for people going to festivals all over the country.
Help me understand how they're. Can you give me an idea of the volume? No pun intended. Of people get it because it's hair and it's volume. And no one thought it was funny. All right, give me an idea of the volume of people that you were able to pull from the EDM community to get their hair braided. Because I still can't wrap my head around that. Not only you could develop a specific business around braiding, a specific business around the people in the EDM community who want their hair braided.
I was surprised because when I went to North Coast, I had so many people complimenting me and my friends whose hair I did that it was overwhelming. Like, we would do the whole pitch every time somebody gave us a compliment, and then by the end of the night, it was just like, thank you. Okay, now let me run up out of here. And so I found that there was actually a hole in the market that wasn't being fulfilled. I started looking on Facebook, and people were like, hey, who can do these braids? Who can do this? And I'm like, me. And there was nobody else, jumping up to say me. So.
And then you did it. Yeah. And then COVID hit, which makes it difficult to do hair.
Exactly.
Yeah. You had said too that you were working on other social media platforms. Had you had an interest in becoming a creator of some sort? Were you aiming towards a particular goal?
I actually started because I have a YouTube channel with my hair stuff, and it's coming up to be a little bit more diverse. I'm going to be adding some other stuff in there, but I really set my mind to becoming a content creator because I saw just how the world was moving on the technology scale, and so why not get out in front of it, What
was the idea of what you would do? When you say I want to be a content creator, was it modeling? Was it painting, doing hair? What type of content did you want to create?
Videos. So I kind of have a theater background, and so I do like little short, funny videos, and that brings in the TikTok, of course. And yeah, just a lot of videos.
Sure. Very cool. Well, here you are. I think you've come pretty close to your goal. You're on here, you're making content, you're doing shows, you're doing paintings. And painting is a recent skill that you picked up, correct?
Actually, yeah. So I've always painted, but kind of on and off. I just now started taking it seriously with this app.
Yeah. May we have a little tour de ebony of the things and things that you've had? And tell us a little bit about the pieces.
Of course. So I'm going to start with this piece right here because we just finished it on our show tonight, Art of Words.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about it yet. Before, so I'm sorry, Ebony, for the sake of having this make sense, can we talk about Art of Words first, and how painting integrates with it, and then we should look at the paintings.
Okay.
Who's running this show? Okay, all right. So what is Art of Words, first of all? What is the Art of Words?
So Art of Words is a poetry and spoken word showcase where I'm behind the scenes doing a painting based off of what I feel when these poets and spoken word artists are doing their thing in the box. Then you see the piece at the end. I'll reveal it at the end. And it's great vibes, great energy throughout the comments. Some really good talent. I met some really good talented people on here. So and how that came about was, so I was painting on my stream, and just one day somebody asked me about a painting in my background. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna paint something for you guys tomorrow. And then it just stuck, and I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And then eventually people would get in the box and start singing or start performing, and they would say, no, don't stop, keep painting while I do this. And so that became like a trending thing, and really dope vibe. So that's kind of based off of that premise.
Yeah, I remember a particular guy coming around. Okay, so again, you paint while people poet. That's your phrase. You came up with that. I love it. And yeah, let's take a tour of some of the things that you've done on and off of the show.
Okay, absolutely. So this one I just got done with on the last show tonight. And it's a piece about love and pain and just a bunch of different things in there. Sure. Here are some of the pieces that I've done on the Art of Words show. So, and keep in mind, y'all, I'm painting these super fast. Like,
there's a stark difference between the hand one and the other ones. Can you help me understand the bridge between the hand one seems very intentional. Like, hey, I know what I'm doing. There's my idea. But then the other ones are very different. So help me understand the bridge between all of that.
Okay, so that was our second show, and I was trying to get like a game plan together, because it's hard to, kind of listen and respond at the same time and make something meaningful. Yes. So what I did was I said, these poets are here pouring out their hearts for us. So I wanted to create a representation of that. And so that was intentional.
Okay.
So that's them giving us their hearts.
Sure. What about the other paintings, the ones that aren't from the show?
Okay, so over here, so I did this lovely piece.
Is that Debo?
That is Debo. That is
what chain is that?
Fridays. So on Fridays.
Where's that Fridays? What?
Yes, on Fridays I dress up as Felicia. No kidding. On Fridays I dress up as Felicia and I paint a character from Friday. So I did Debo, and I'm now working on Big Worm.
Okay.
Right here.
Sure.
And then here are some other paintings that I did on the stream.
Sure. Very cool. We got Thor.
Right. Thor's wife.
Thor's wife, yes.
Right. Here's another piece that I'm working on right now.
That's great.
For one of my bouncers.
That's fantastic.
I have some other pieces in here. Just a lot of different stuff.
Very cool. Well, thank you for giving us a tour of all of your paintings. What hopes do you have for your show? So now the show's launched. You have a platform for people to showcase, I'm going to say, an underappreciated medium of art. which is spoken word, poetry, and forms of rap. What would you like to do with your platform?
Underappreciated and underrepresented. So I want to help get some more of these people in the light. Like someone else said, you know, there's a lot of people in here that's in pain. There's a lot of people in here that need to connect with somebody. And I found that a lot, you know, a lot of these poets, they don't have, especially right now, an outlet where they can perform or get some exposure. And really my thing is, because here's the reason I started my stream the way that I did. There's so many different things going on in the app. I wanted to provide a creative place for people to just come and chill, just relax and just vibe out. So that's what it's all about. Perfect.
Ebony, what else is going on in life now that you've been a streamer, and you obviously have your hair and things like that? For those of you just tuning in, Ebony is a hairstylist and braider. I know she does have a lot of hair going on though. So you got your hair going on. What do you like to do to relax? I mean, what's going on in life?
To relax, well, obviously I paint. I'm still making my content for YouTube. Right now, I'm just chilling. I mean, I'm just chilling, vibing with people, meeting people from all over the world on the app. I'm telling y'all, this app saved my quarantine and my love life a little bit. So
who did that? What? I didn't know that. Where are my pre-show notes? I don't do those anymore. Ebony, would you?
It's not public domain. But, you know, on here you kind of have to keep some things, you know.
All right, just give us. I mean, you cannot drop that and not give us any steak. You gave us the sizzle. Okay.
I did meet somebody on here, and he's in here in the comments.
The comments, okay. And let's speak vaguely. What caught your? What did this person do to catch your attention?
The energy, and we have a lot of the same principles.
Okay.
And so that they did music, have good conversations, the way that they talk to people. Hush, boss, get your eyes out of the comments. But I just gravitated towards the energy, and we spoke offline, and now it's a thing.
That's a thing. Who shot the shot first?
He shot the shot first.
He shot the shot. Okay. And was it in your live or his live?
On Instagram, actually.
On Instagram? Okay. He says, I'm going half platform. I'm covering.
Oh, you want to try me?
And it was the energy. Okay. Have you met this person yet?
Mm-hmm.
You've met in person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Safely, of course. She used your safe and wore a mask.
Yeah.
To shut us down. They needed to make sure that we were promoting good, healthy living. Okay, so saved your love life and found happiness, and now you're doing a show and still streaming. Definitely respect your privacy about that. Public forum, you never know what can quite happen. Same question that I ask everyone before we wrap this up. First of all, everyone, if you have not favored Ebony, please do. She has a show. She's a fantastic person. Is there anything that you would like to talk about before we wrap up our conversation today that you're passionate about or would just like to share?
Y'all, check on your people. Check on your people. That was one of the things that I got out of tonight's show. And with some recent events surrounding these last couple of weeks, like, we really have to check on, you know, that person that you haven't heard from, even the people that you do hear from. Dive deep past the, you know, just the small talk and the I'm doing good, because you really don't know what's going on with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, a lot left to be said. Make sure that you check out Ebony. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Congratulations on your show. Very well deserved.
Thank you. Y'all come see me on Fridays. I'll be dressed like Felicia.
Wait, what?
Come see me on Felicia Friday. I'll be dressed like Felicia and I'll be painting
What is,
Friday.
what is a Felicia Friday? From Friday?
From Friday. I have the whole outfit.
Like the Bye Felicia?
Yes.
But then they'll leave your stream.
Huh? No, on Fridays.
No, that joke really was not. Hey everyone, thanks for coming to Speak It Up. My name's Chris. This is an interview style show. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am not funny. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Chris.
Much love. Bye. All right. Thanks for coming by, everyone. It's Chris. This is a show we do every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was our second guest today. Our first guest was Miss Summer Star. That was Miss Ebony there. Our third guest today, she goes by Tiffy. And Tiffy has got a lot to talk about. I'm excited to have this conversation. She's got a business and some business things going on that she's probably going to be surprised I'm going to have her talk about. She's like, Chris, you're bringing up my business? Yes, I'm bringing up your business. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Or, no. Tiffy, request the box. Tiffy, that's the box. It's for you. She's requesting. And if this is your first time here and you're thinking, hey, I want to be in the box, I want Chris to ask me questions about myself. I want to talk about how I love Outback Steakhouse and enjoy bicycles. And people want to listen about it because we're going to make it entertaining. That's what my mom says. She texts me after every show along with my grandma. And they say, here's the review. That person you did okay with. The next person, really great singer. Third person, you look good tonight with the tie. And I appreciate that. So thanks for the follow-up messages. It's really true. My family does watch this. I keep thinking and imagining, how am I going to get away with playlist this year? Whenever playlist does happen. I feel like they're going to show up on a different flight. They're just going to hide somewhere in the back. Just want to see what you want to. This is fine. We're fine. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our third guest tonight, Miss Tiffy Whitfit is a
Anyway,
remind me to delete you off my Snapchat when I'm done with this.
Well, that's where I gathered my intel. I watched the story. I was like, oh, that's going to be a great topic. Is that okay to talk about?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, don't come at me like that because everything I prepared to talk about was about to go down the drain, and I was going to have to figure out something else.
No, it's totally fine. I just didn't think you'd call me out on it. I'm like, whoa, okay. Actually, the day you messaged me to tell me that you had forgotten about me, you had replied to a business-related post, and I'm like, oh, isn't that like kind of ironic?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have her on the show, and this would have been great to talk about. And I do that kind of thing a lot. But before we get into it, because that's the stinger. We gave the teaser. Let's talk about you as a person first. Then we'll get into this entrepreneurial situation that you've got.
Okay.
So Tiffy, you're a streamer, and you've been streaming for a little bit of time now.
Yeah, I think I started like I think I'm another, what do you call it, COVID streamer.
COVID streamers, yeah. And how did you stumble across the app?
I had a friend who put me on, and so I'm a second gen COVID streamer. Okay, so like I didn't like find it because I was bored. My friend did, and then he was like, "Hey, like check it out." And I'm like, oh, "All right, cool." So second gen. Second gen.
You caught the streaming bug.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Right, this is a bug. COVID's
yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how most of my initial conversations with women. It's fine. It's good. I practice. Okay. So second generation streamer, and what got you hooked? Was it the people? Was it the gifts? What happened?
No, it's definitely the people. Like you. It's weird, like developing relationships with people who you've never met, and then like you have people texting you, snapping you, and it's like you have like, and when people outside of Meet Me like are like, oh, who's that? And it's like, oh, like it's just a friend, and they're like, well, who is it? But it's so hard to explain because like you have this whole like internal network of friends who mean just as much to you as people who you can hang out with every day. You know what I mean? Like the connections, and it's just, yeah, it's impressive.
Do you ever find yourself watching live streams in public places?
I do.
Do you ever have to justify it to the people immediately around you, or do you hide it? Are you one of those people?
It was like 3 a.m. one time. I was going through the McDonald's drive-thru for a milkshake, and I was in somebody's stream, and the cashier was like, "Are you on Meet Me?" And I'm like, "Yeah. How do you know about Meet Me?" And he's like, "You should go favorite me." And I'm like, "Okay."
What?
Yeah.
We're making it, guys. We're doing it.
What? I know, right? Could you imagine?
Yeah, you're getting Did they recognize you?
No, I had never seen them before.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Yeah, they just
Okay.
recognized, the streaming. So
All right. I don't know what I can do, but just go through that drive-through and ask them like who some of their favorite streamers are. That would be interesting to find out. Like, are they actually in it? Or are they just chilling? Yeah, streaming does become part of our daily lives. Have you become a full-time streamer during this past few months?
I think there was a point where I would consider myself full-time. Right now, I'm a full-time nursing student, and I do have 2 kids.
Mhm.
So this has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat to it. But I definitely still I try to come on nightly and put the time in, do what I gotta do.
Sure. That's a lot to juggle. 2 kids, school, a business we haven't talked about yet, and being a streamer. Let's dive into some personal life. So 2 kids. How do you find the way? I guess how do you find a way to balance having so much on your plate and still stream?
I mean, it's a lot of give and take. So I try to stream. Sometimes I try to stream early enough so that I can still watch a movie with the kids at night before bed. Other times I try to wait for them to go to bed and then stream once they're asleep. So I try to mix it up so that there's not a consistent time where they're like, oh, mom's going to be busy. You know what I mean? It's kind of just oh, tonight we'll do this, tomorrow night we'll do this. You know what I mean?
Sure. That's I feel so important to know that someone's not coming second to live, because there is real life.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is another conversation of itself, is that life and live many times intertwine. And it becomes part of people's lives. What would you say you do during your streams, or what have your streams evolved into?
I don't know how okay this is to talk about, because I don't know, I heard it was forbidden territory. I used to do a lot of dares on here and do crazy things.
There's a million things you could have said, and I was relieved when you said that one.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yep, keep going. there's another word that starts with D, and it's I used to dance on live, and I thought you were gonna say it. I was yeah, how are you gonna spin it, Chris? But you didn't. I don't even have to spin it now. So great, keep going.
Yeah. So with the help of Kenny Wayne, Trainwreck, Pat and Maggie, I have done ask me about my ankle tattoo. I have done a lot of weird things for diamonds on here, and not necessarily for the diamonds, but more or less because if somebody tells me to do something or dares me to do something, I'm gonna do it, period. Especially if they don't think I'll try. I'll try to do my best. I've put on 20 t-shirts in 1 minute. I've eaten peanut butter and then chugged a gallon of water directly afterwards. I've snorted black pepper.
What about mustard?
I did not snort the mustard.
What happens if you do that?
It hurts. It burns. I snorted hot sauce. And then Pat and Maggie, Trainwreck, and Kenny worked together and dared me to get the Meet Me hot dog tattooed on my ankle, which it happened. It did happen.
What? What? Did you say you got the Meet Me hot dog tattooed on your ankle?
Yeah, I remember a few months ago there was
I will remember the gift. I'm just making sure that I heard what you had tattooed.
Yes, I have it on my ankle.
What? Help me understand what you possibly were given that you said, great, that is worth 1 hot dog on my ankle. That's not even small. Can you show that again, please?
Stop.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole hot dog.
I know. And so don't mind my hairy legs. I have a saying, there's no point in peeling a potato if it's not going to get mashed, so I don't shave my legs very often. I don't know if that was allowed. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I don't understand the reference. Can you explain?
Do you really want me to explain?
No. Okay. All right. What? No, really. What did you get? What did you get that ended up having? You're like, this is worth me getting a hot dog on your leg. I said egg, like ankle.
I think the deal was a dragon. That was it. And
So-
like I told you, like these bets aren't about the diamonds for me. Like realistically, do I think a hot dog, a tattoo of a hot dog on my ankle is worth more than a dragon? Hell yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was just something to do, and it put me apart, and it was hilarious to do. And
Yeah. I mean, I think when Drake thought of YOLO, this is really what it meant, was live. What does YOLO stand for again?
you only live once.
You only live once, get a hot dog. Great.
Exactly.
All right. Tivi, you do so much more besides questionable leg ankle decisions. You live in a state which now I believe there's only 3 where recreational marijuana marijuana is either legal or recreational. You live in a state where it's recreational, correct?
Just about, yeah.
Just about. Great. Good homework, Chris. And you have a business, correct?
It's decriminalized. Yeah, I read that. It is decriminalized. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't consider myself a business owner, but I do consider myself a little bit of a saleswoman.
Let's see how many people I can get to buy my spin. You are an entrepreneur, and you are an entrepreneur of that kind, but it's not just your high school helper outer. You have unique recipes and concoctions that you deal with, correct?
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people around here who sell what you call work packs, which are like shitty weed for like low prices. I tend to deal with exotic marijuana, stuff that's like high quality weed for a little bit higher prices. But I also sell edibles, cartridges, like vape cartridges without the, that vitamin E acetate or whatever that makes you, all that bad stuff. Guys, thank you for the gifts. So yeah, and really, I will sell anything weed related that I can get my hands on. I don't deal with narcotics or anything crazy like that.
So a lot of what you just said made no sense to me because I have never experienced marijuana. And now my mom and grandma who are watching going, do you think he really meant that? And I would like to know, what does that actually all mean? When you say exotics or specialties, what is special about what you are doing? I actually do need an explanation.
Okay, so to be upfront and honest, I do not smoke. Smoking gives me really bad anxiety. I've tried it for years and years and years. Like every few months I'll go back and try it again, and then I'll have a super panic attack and swear I'm never going to do it again, whatever. But I am a weed connoisseur. I do know a lot about weed. I can tell the smell, the look, the crystals, all that. So when I say exotic is just like really good weed, like not your backyard grown stuff. Like it is grown indoors, proper conditions. Like growing good marijuana is a science, realistically.
Laura, what should I listen to?
I don't grow
vibe
at all.
should I be in right
I'm
now?
more like
I
the
have
second
no
hand
idea.
there.
Shut up, Jay. Sure. You're
But
drunk? Oh, fuck.
yeah, exotic just
I'm not.
means that it's really
I'm too
good
tired to
stuff.
drink
It's not
tonight. I ain't
not
gonna lie,
what your
I'm
grandma
too
was
tired to
smoking
drink.
back in middle school for
Snack
$1
on
a
some
joint.
pickles.
Not my grandma.
If she smoked, yeah, not your grandma, not Chris's
California.
grandma.
Not my
Absy,
grandma.
thank you. All right, darling, I'm gonna head back to the
Not my
training
grandma
side.
who was
I
watching.
literally
All
just started.
No. Well, that's really cool though that you have
Bye.
something that you're
Bye.
passionate about. And so yeah, you're doing great
Probably
things.
for a while, actually.
Obviously, you
You
do keep your
drinking?
hands
Is that
full
up and
though between
Yeah.
streaming the kids,
You're
your
grounded.
exotic
Yeah.
hobbies, and
I actually wanted to go get
and life.
alcohol, and he was like,
What is
"Yeah,
another
I'm gonna smoke my
thing
moon
that you
rock."
have been keeping busy with, or something that you like to relax? Choice of words, something that you like to relax with. What are some things that you enjoy doing,
flew
like
from
such as hobbies?
Whatchamacallit to here.
I'm more of
this
like
morning.
a down to earth person. I like to read. I like to go for
All right,
walks.
shit, what's up, darling? You ain't gonna say hi.
Yoga,
Katie didn't say hi.
meditation,
Chevy that didn't say
gardening,
hi.
all
Epsy's not
the
talking
little
to me.
homey
Rob
things.
said
I
what
like
up,
cooking
though.
and baking. Actually, I have a
007's
bunch
here.
of shake. Do you know what shake is?
Moji J said hello.
No.
Lisa said
Okay,
hello.
so shake is like the weed
I'm good,
that's
my dude.
not
I'm good.
on a bud.
A little
It's just
tired,
like
but we're gonna push
the
through it.
bottom of the bag
Katie sent me the
stuff.
sun, even though she didn't
So-
say hi. Glitter, thank
I
you for all
have
the
a lot
candy
of
corns.
shake, and I plan on baking
Jay's
edibles
drunk
with
as
it.
fuck.
Do you know what this conversation feels like to me?
He's on 401k.
When I was in high school,
MC, thank
I was
you.
not cool still.
I'm good.
And
I'm good.
I would hang around people who definitely were, because we had classes together, like you do. And I would hear them talking, and I would be by them in the desks, and they would say words like you're saying right now, and I had to have no idea what they're saying. And they would try to include me in the conversation, and I would just stare. And now everyone in the chat is the cool kid, and you're the cool kid who's now talking and including me in the conversation, and I just get to be like, so thank you. Go on. This isn't about me. Anyway, you do shake weights and meditate. Are you into astrology?
I am. I'm a Pisces.
What does that mean?
I think it means I am an oversensitive overthinker who cries a lot. I think that's what that means, right?
I really don't know. There's an entire show being developed just for that reason, to help people understand astrology. It's called Written in the Stars. Space Pinup's running it. Future show plug, everybody. Written in the Stars, Space Pinup, every Thursday at 11, 10. I need to check my times. But yeah, no, it's really true. It's really true. There's another show coming. But how does astrology play into your life?
I mean, I'm the kind of person, I track my star chart. So like I know the time, like I was born in Cuba at 10 p.m. So like I know where and when I was born. So like I can go on to like a chart and like you see all your ruling planets and everything like that. And you know, like I don't play a lot into it. Like I won't be like, oh my God, you know, I'm in a bad mood today. That's because Mercury's in retrograde. But I am like aware of the alignment of the planets
How
and
are
stuff
you?
and how they affect your mood.
Oh my God, F you.
If you had
and
to
your
guess
poopity scoop.
what I am, what would you guess that I am?
Oh
Literally,
man,
what's
I'm not
wrong?
that good.
I don't know what's happening.
Never
won't
mind.
let
I'm
me
just curious.
sing.
Anytime someone talks about astrology, I like
wanna
people to
sing.
guess it.
I think you're
Jay, Jay,
I'm cancerous.
power on.
No!
I'm good.
What?
Who are you?
I was about to say something.
What am I? I'm an
Work
Aquarius.
for me.
Oh, that's close. It's still a water sign.
Are you serious, Teddy? That sounds
I don't
like
know
a
what that
real
means
problem.
either.
Oh, okay.
I have watched Avatar: The Airbender though.
Okay. Close enough. Close
That's
enough.
very close. Okay.
That's what I'm trying
Tiffy,
to do.
before we start to wrap up today, is there anything that you'd like to
see.
plug, talk about, that you're passionate about?
Thank you for the
that we have not had a chance to talk about yet?
I don't know. I did not prepare for this. I was super nervous. I was considered typing profanities in your chat box, so I would ban myself.
No.
I was so scared.
I referred to you
doing?
several
How are
times
things?
as the
It's been
cool
so long.
person.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it was gonna go like this. But yeah, I mean, like I've been on here for a few months, and I've definitely, Josh, thank you, Josh. I have had
That is a cool person. Literally, he is a cool person. Keep going.
I have had a lot of friends on here, like I'm sure, I don't know, maybe you know, maybe you don't. Defenders, like he's been with me since the beginning, like Hybrid Baker, and then like I have my newer people like Josh and Domo and all my other new people who haven't been with me for long, but they're loyal and consistent and they're friends and they're always there for me, and it's cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Excellent. And when are you live? You mentioned that it has to have some irregularity because you have a family. But when are you typically live?
Yeah, usually it's at night, anywhere from like 7 p.m. till like midnight, 1 in the morning. Depends if I have school the next day.
Okay. Well, there you go, everybody. If you have not favorited Tiffy Whiffy, she's got the medicine to cure your boredom with lit, fun streams.
All right.
Thank you so much for jumping in the box. It's been a pleasure to talk with you.
Josh, thank you, Josh.
Much love. Cheers. Everybody, that's a show. That's a show. All right. My name's Chris. You are the sun. You are the rain. You are the moon and other nice things. Special thank you to my voice finally developing. Just now. Special thank you to all of the people who came out to see the show today. If you're curious, who's going to be on the show next week? Who's going to be on the show next week? I have the information for you. Do you want to know who's going to be on the show next week? We got to talk about this a little bit. We're going to talk about this. Thank you for joining. This has been fantastic. Had a lovely time with you. Next week on the show, our first guest is a music man, a gentleman, and handsome man. Extra emphasis on the handsome. I hope he's okay with me saying that. His name's Garrett James. He's a newcomer to the app, and he is Lardy B's producer and friend. He's a friend. He's a great guy. We've got It's Jilly Baby coming on next week. She's dropping those butterflies. Thank you, Jilly Baby. And our third guest is Eric G. But rumor has it there could be a special guest, and her name's rhymes with Cardi B. Her name rhymes with Cardi B. I don't know who it could be. There's a rumor she could be on the show too. I don't know. I gotta confirm that. For those of you who dropped gifts, would it be amazing if Cardi B came on here? Would I be able to handle that interview? Do you think I could do that? Do any of you have faith that would be able to work out? I think that would be bad. Would anyone want to watch that? Maybe. I don't know. Special shout out to the people who dropped gifts. Real quick, I gotta give a huge shout out to Pat and Maggie, to Catfish, to Kenny Wayne, to Jameson, and Baywatch Blonde. That's a top 5. I know that I'm awful about acknowledging gifts during the show, but they definitely noticed. They're definitely appreciated, and it means so much that you just even come here. That you even come here to say thank you, Pat and Maggie. That you even come here and spend some of your Wednesday night watching me ask predominantly the same questions that I've asked for almost 2 years. It's incredible to me, and you should not let me get away with it. You should inbox me that I'm a hack and that this has gone on way too long. All right. If you are interested in being on the show and getting it amazes me when people say, I didn't know what to expect. You just watch anything I've ever done. I promise you. If you have any interest in being on the show, come over to the Instagram at Chris Gasper, spelled exactly how it is here. There's Lardy B. Lardy B in the comments. Are we doing this next week? No? Okay. Message me on Instagram if you have it. Yup! She says yup. Musical performance, second time on the show. We're going to get a follow-up because if you remember last time when Lardy B was on the show, she was getting over being sick. She was so sick, and she still came on. She said, Chris, I'm not feeling the best, but unlike every tender and date you've experienced, I'm not going to stand you up. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, thank you. Hope in this world. And she did. She came to the show and was great. But she was sick and was unable to perform a musical performance. And we agreed that we would come back to it one day. We would come back, she'd be on the show, and she said, Chris, I'm ready. Let's do it. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Lardy. So big shout out to next week's guests. Garrett James, It's Jilly Baby, Eric G, special exhibition guest interview performance with Lardy B. So I hope all of you come by. Much love to you. Chris Casper on Instagram. DM me there. Give me all of your feedback and fan hate mail, whatever. And I'll see you there. All right. Cheers, everyone. Have a good night. Take care. Make sure you tune into Blair Woods Show at 11 p.m. tonight. Uncover Paranormal. See you next time, everybody.